In this video, we'll look at a real-life example where the Archiving Session Cockpit archive notes save a significant amount of time during an SAP DART extract. Imagine you need to regenerate a DART extract for a tax audit, but the data has already been archived. Finding the right archive files can take hours or even make the extraction impossible. The Archiving Sessions Cockpit archive notes help solve that problem. DART is a finance-led data extraction process. It is often used in some countries during tax audits, especially in Germany, where it can be a significant topic. Here we see a real business case of a DART extract session. First, we identify the organization, that is the company code, then the fiscal year and the periods to extract. In this example, we are looking at fiscal year 2020 from period 1 to period 16. Then we identify the type of data we want to collect. In this case, we have selected accounting documents from the FI module and controlling data from the CO module. The next step is to select the archive files that need to be accessed by the DART extract. When we click on this icon, a new window opens with the list of available archive files. In this real customer example, from a mid-sized business, it took 26 minutes simply to display the list of archive files. No data extraction, no processing, just listing the files. You can also see that the archive object displayed here is CO_item. The first 6 digits correspond to the archive date. Now, the next step is to select the files that are relevant to our requirements. Since there is no information about the archive sessions in this screen, you can identify the relevant files in one of two ways, using transaction SARA or using the table ADMI_run. Accessing and processing archive files can be slow. If you select too much data, the process can become very long. In some cases, it may never complete. So the challenge is about identifying which archive files actually contain the data you need. And this is where ASC archive notes become useful. When archive notes are generated consistently by ASC, they tell you which archive sessions are relevant. The Archiving Sessions Cockpit automates data archiving in SAP. It also makes it possible to customize archive notes so they are created automatically in a consistent way. This becomes crucial when you need to run a SAP DART extract using archive files. Let's have a look at the transaction SARA for the CO_item archiving object. For each archive session, the archive note provides consistent information. The area indicates which company code is relevant. The note also gives the time range, for example, up to period 16 2020. The Archiving Session Cockpit archive notes make it much easier to identify which archive sessions are relevant for the DART extract. The same information can also be viewed in table ADMI_run. Here we can see the archive session, the archiving object, and the comments generated by the Archiving Sessions Cockpit that identify the area and the period covered by the archive session. Continuing with this real-life example, the organization needed to generate a DART extract for Germany for fiscal year 2020. Because Germany represented only around 4% of the company's overall business, and because archive files that did not contain 2020 data could be excluded, we were able to narrow the selection down to less than 1% of all archive files. This makes a huge difference. In short, consistent archive notes are not just documentation. They help SAP teams retrieve the right archive data faster, reduce manual effort, and keep audit-related extraction processes under control. The ASC automatically creates archive notes, ensuring this field is never left blank. The archive notes help identify the archive file with the relevant information, such as the area and date. As SAP data archiving experts, TJC Group can provide advanced solutions when the DART process becomes too complex. Get in touch or learn more at tjc-group.com.